Hey guys, it's Hina here at Rebalance Physical Therapy and Wellness in Center City, Philadelphia, as well as on the main line in Narberth, Pennsylvania. And I am a orthopedic and pelvic floor physical therapist, and our clinic specializes in treating spine, hip, and pelvis. And today I want to talk a little bit about all of you who are probably working out at home due to this pandemic, and you probably have, because you're working from home, you probably have a lot of time to work out, which is actually an amazing thing. But what we've been hearing a lot from a lot of our patients and calls that we've been getting is that people start working out and they actually have started to develop all sorts of aches and pains that they can't understand. And today I want to specifically talk about neck injuries that are happening, because this is what seems like we're seeing a lot of, is that people are trying to do workouts that they typically don't do, workouts using upper body, a lot of body weighted activities, because when you're at home, you're probably doing more trying to support your body weight. And if you're doing a lot of push-ups, any type of plank type exercises, things like that, that require a lot of upper body strength and stability, burpees, things like that, what ends up happening is that that can put a lot of tension into the head and neck and cause problems. And so that's what I want to talk to you today. And so some of you guys might be experiencing not only neck pain, but you're possibly even starting to feel arm issues or tingling sensation, things like that into your hand. So this is what we've been hearing. I'm working out at home. I haven't done some of these exercises necessarily in this way. I used to go to the gym, but now that I'm doing more of these exercises, I'm getting neck pain, possibly getting some headaches. I'm starting to experience some symptoms down into the arm, whether it's numbness, tingling, pain down into the arm. And sometimes people are even telling us that they're getting some sensations into the jaw and into the face. And so I want to explain to you what might be happening and how we might be able to help. So basically, your neck is comprised of several different bones. I don't want to say seven, but 7 vertebra, as well as several other, many joints, okay? So here is your head, and these are your vertebra, okay? And all the muscles have been kind of pulled, all the muscles and nerves have been pulled off of this picture right here. But right here, where each vertebra kind of stacks on top of each other, kind of like Jenga blocks, okay? These vertebrae slide back and forth on top of each other, kind of like Jenga blocks can slide on top of each other when you press them. Now, in between there, okay, through here, there are holes, okay, they're called foramen, where the nerves actually exit, okay, you have the spinal cord that goes in between those vertebrae, and you have nerves that actually come out through the holes that form between the Jenga blocks. So I'm going to show you a quick picture of what that looks like on the side. So if we look at this photo, let me make sure if we look at this photo right over here, and this way. Okay, so if we look at this photo right in through here, you can see that here is a Jenga block, which is a vertebra. Here is another vertebra, another Jenga block. In between them, they have, it's called the intervertebral disc, or otherwise I call it the jelly donut between the Jenga blocks. Okay, now that jelly donut has a gelatinous center, and that spacing from the jelly donut allows there to be this hole or this foramen and this opening where this yellow thing right here is called the nerve can come out of. So if we look at a picture from the top, there's the jelly, here's the outside of the donut, there is the nerve that comes through here and in through that hole. So again, these 2 vertebrae form a hole because this jelly donut allows it to. All right, so now when you have several of these vertebrae stacked on top of each other, these nerves, now this is cut in this photo, but this nerve basically comes down and it gives sensation into your hand. So we're going to take a look at that. So now we look at this picture where there's that nerve that comes out through those vertebrae that are stacked together, comes out of your head and neck, goes down into your shoulder blade area, and then it gives you sensations down into your arm. So think of like a jellyfish tentacle, and then they like spread out in through your hand. Now, some of those nerves also go behind here into the shoulder blade area. And so many of you might be experiencing shoulder blade pain, and you think, hey, I have a spasming happening in between my shoulder blade, and you feel like, oh, it feels like it's a deep knotted muscle. And it might be, but chances are it's probably the nerves in and around your neck that's actually causing that actual pain. And so if any of you guys are experiencing this onset of pain that feels like there's something in between the shoulder blade, but you're not necessarily having neck pain, it actually might be coming from your neck. And so this is something that really needs to be looked at, because you don't want to continue to work out and continue to make things worse, or even worse, stop working out altogether, because I know some people just get freaked out by all of this, and then they're just like, oh my gosh, I don't want to do anything anymore. And then not working out is not a good thing either. So we got to find that fine balance and figure out, hey, why is it that doing push-ups, sit-ups, burpees, all that kind of stuff triggered this pain off? Because most likely the reason why this happened is because, you know, you had some postural imbalances, you potentially had some tightness already. It could be that you're doing these exercises, but you're doing them incorrectly with improper form. And so these are some of the reasons why this might be happening. Or perhaps you actually have something wrong with your shoulder. I know it sounds like I don't even have shoulder pain, but believe it or not, the shoulder is actually connected to the head and the neck through musculature, through indirect joints, the way the joints work together. When you raise your hand, actually when you raise your hand, believe it or not, you're using your neck to do that, and vice versa. When you move your neck, you actually affect your shoulder. So that could be some of the things that we actually need to check out. We need to check out the shoulder, we need to check out the head and neck, and figure out what is it that's going on and what is causing this pain that's happening. So now, when we think about, okay, what is the cause of why I'm getting this nerve pain, okay? We're going to go back to this jelly donut again, all right? So this jelly donut right here, okay, usually what it should look like is, you see how you have these nice like round rings, but then you have this like split where it looks like this is like pushing out. This ideally should be nice and sealed, okay? But again, if you put too much stress on this vertebra, again, from incorrect form, muscle imbalances, things being too tight, shoulder not functioning well, a bunch of different things, okay? Then it puts undue stress or unnecessary stress on the jelly donut, on the intervertebral disc. And then over time, this disc actually becomes vulnerable, okay? This outside seal starts to break, and then it becomes vulnerable, and then the jelly comes pushing out onto the nerve. And then when you get pressure on that nerve, that will give you all these zingy sensations or pain sensation down into the arm or into the shoulder blades, kind of like, you know, this guy that I showed you right over here, okay? He gets pressure on that nerve, and then that nerve pain will just travel all the way down into the hand and even into the shoulder blade. So that could be potentially one reason why that's happening. Now, another reason why these things happen is you could also, over time, build up something called arthritic changes. So you can have these joints that actually end up becoming broken down, okay, because of wear and tear. And that can actually cause this disc over time to flatten like a pancake. And then you don't have as much room in here to actually, for that nerve to actually be free in this hole or in this foramen. And then that can cause pain as well. So these are the various different, or you can have a combination of the two actually as well. So these are some of the reasons why, if some of you guys are YouTubing or Google searching and trying to figure out, hey, I'm working out and I'm having this shoulder blade pain, or I'm working out and I'm having pain down into my hand, this is the reason why some of these things could be happening. Now, what do you do about it? Well, no brainer if you live in and around this area, okay, reach out to us, because this is what we specialize in treating. We have been treating, our therapists have been treating this for many, many, many years. The cervical spine or any of these neck injuries can really do really well with good, solid expertise physical therapy in this area. And so if you live in and around this area, give us a call. All of our information is in the box below, in the information box below. Now, if you do not live in and around this area, then what we have been doing is we've been doing phone consultations. So if you live outside of our area, but you're in Pennsylvania, we can actually do what's called a telehealth evaluation and actually treat you, through video as to the best of our ability. Now, if you don't live in and around PA, we can still do what are called case management consultations, where we can help you figure out what are the next steps that you actually should be doing. And some of that might be, we're going to refer you to the right physicians that you need to see. We're going to refer you to possibly the right physical therapist that you need to see if we are familiar with therapists in that area, or even by our knowledge base and how we can actually do some of the research for you and help you find someone close to your area. So I hope that was helpful information for some of you guys who are kind of getting freaked out about this pain that you might be having. Or if you're wondering, hey, I really want to go in and see those therapists at Rebalance, but I kind of want to know what they're more about. So I hope this was helpful for you guys to understand, but just know that, a good combination of doing a lot of good, solid, hands-on work where we work on all of the muscle imbalances, all of the tightness, working on trigger points, fascia. Some of you guys are going to be familiar with these terms. Some of you are not. So if you're not familiar with these terms, we have more YouTube videos on them. So subscribe to us. These are all the things that we need to work on. We need to soften up all of the musculature. We need to get them balanced. We need to get the joints working properly. So not only the head and neck, but we also need to get the shoulder working properly. If the shoulder is part of the culprit of why you're getting this neck pain. And then we need to watch your form, figuring out how you're doing these exercises, and then get you strengthened in the right way so that you can eventually go back and continue to work out. So come to our website if you want to contact us and see us. It's rebalancept.com. Again, all of our information is in the box below, and hopefully we will see you soon. Have a wonderful day.